One mistake that all of us make without even realize that we're doing it is confusing uncertainty with danger. Let's say someone hasn't replied to a text message. At first, you probably don't think anything of it. But then a bit of time passes and you check your phone again, and your mind starts wondering, are they annoyed with me? Have I done something wrong? Or maybe you start thinking that something bad or catastrophic has happened, even though all you really know is that someone hasn't replied. Let's take another example. Your manager knocks on your door and says, "Can we have a chat tomorrow?" and just leaves it at that. But by the time tomorrow comes around, you've already had that conversation 10 times over in your head. You're already imagining what they're going to say and started planning how you're going to respond. You might even start planning ways to defend yourself against something that they haven't even accused you of. Your mind has created a problem and has already started trying to resolve it. But for each of those two scenarios, just stop for a second and look at what's actually happened. A message hasn't been replied to, and a conversation's been arranged. That's all. Everything else has been added by your mind because it doesn't like not knowing what the missing information means. Imagine getting an envelope through the door. Before you open it, it could contain absolutely anything. Could be good news, bad news, an ordinary phone bill, a boring leaflet that you're going to throw in the bin. At the point it comes through the door, you genuinely don't know what's inside it, but it never bothers us. An envelope never becomes bad news just because we haven't opened it yet. It's just an unopened envelope. And uncertainty works much in the same way. Not knowing something doesn't automatically mean that something is wrong. The problem is that your mind doesn't like empty space. It wants an answer and it wants one now. And when it can't find one, it often creates one. And usually, it often creates the worst explanation that it can think of. And that's not because something's wrong with you. Your mind thinks that imagining every possible problem will somehow prepare you. But most of the time, it doesn't make us more prepared. It just makes us more stressed before there's anything real to respond to. And often you end up putting yourself through the emotional impact of something that never actually happens. Now, I'm not saying that you should tell yourself every single time that everything's going to be okay and nothing bad's ever going to happen, because sometimes things do go wrong. The point isn't to replace a negative assumption with a positive one. The point is to stop treating an assumption as if it's already fact. There's a difference between something being possible and something actually happening. So when you notice yourself filling the gaps, just stop for a second and ask yourself one question. What do I actually know right now? I know that they haven't replied, but I don't know that they're angry. I know that someone wants to speak to me tomorrow, but I don't know that I'm in trouble. You might still feel uneasy, and that's completely normal because uncertainty is uncomfortable. But at least you're responding to the situation that's actually there, not emotionally living through something that hasn't actually happened. And if a real problem does arise, you can deal with it there and then, but try not to treat the blank space as something catastrophic. Sometimes you just don't know yet, and not knowing isn't the same as something being wrong.